guys, I'm back with another video. Today I always start a video like this. I always like, today I woke up. Yeah, this is what people usually do. In the morning, they wake up. Amazing. I wanted to say that I woke up and I didn't feel like I don't want to do a YouTube video. Like, usually I have, after doing YouTube videos, I feel like I don't want to do a YouTube video. You know? I don't want to do a YouTube video. This is how I feel like sometimes. And then I feel like I'm never gonna do YouTube again. And I didn't have that in the last 2 days. I got much more motivated and I got more serious about YouTube. Because usually YouTube is a side thing for me. You know, and I don't know. It was like, yeah, I'm just doing this at the side of my art, and I took my art much more serious. But now everything changed because it's really hard to do art when you don't have a fucking audience. You know, when you don't have... So I just was putting some notes down. Yeah, I'm getting more serious about this YouTube thing. Also, the notes I just put down. The notes I just put down. Oh, I have so many things to say. Something I really want to quick out say. This video is chaotic, but I'm gonna say it. I don't think I would mind doing more complicated videos and taking longer for uploading on my channel, even if I'm out of the algorithm. It doesn't matter because it's meaningful what I'm doing. And even if I have, I don't know, 1 month where I'm not uploading and then I upload a really cutted video, it's still cool because it's meaningful to do so, you know? And then I will get back into the rhythm where I'm uploading more stuff, maybe when I feel like I want to have a bigger subscription count. I don't know. I'm just going with the flow, I guess. So back to what I wanted to say. I'm confused. I'm taking this YouTube thing more serious, and so I keep going back and tipping stuff into my notes because I have so many ideas, and I'm taking this YouTube thing more serious because I truly think that you know what, something else I want to say. I know this video is really confusing. I don't care. But even if I would do a lot of quality content, I wouldn't be afraid to also put out trash content, because I think my vlogs look really trashy. I don't have a lot. I just have 1 vlog on this channel. Why am I saying my vlogs? But still, I think I wouldn't mind uploading a trashy vlog, because sometimes I just want to upload trash and show the reality, the unpolished reality of life, of being a human. You know, I'm also not afraid to upload really trashy photos on my Instagram anymore, because in the beginning I was looking at my Instagram and I was like, my Instagram looks shit because it looks trashy, like everybody has polished content and I just have really trashy stuff. But I don't care anymore. It doesn't have to look good. Not everything has to look good. Just do post what feels right to post. Okay, back to the topic. I just want to kick some thoughts out that I said those things out for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my brain. But I'm taking this, by the way, there are children in the background because I'm next to a kindergarten. So don't mind me. I'm gonna sit here and you're gonna hear some children. I'm gonna sit on my couch because it's a little bit more away from the window. Okay, from the balcony. Okay. So I'm taking this YouTube thing more serious. And that was a hard time for me at the beginning because at the beginning I was looking at my art and every time I felt like I had moments earlier where I was thinking I want to make YouTube a serious thing and I want to put a lot of work into my channel. This is how YouTube all started with me, where I was like making those really complicated anime videos, you know. And then I felt like, no, I don't want to put so much work into YouTube. It's not worth it, you know. I want to put effort into my art. And then I was putting more work into my art. And I realized that's not fulfilling because not a lot of people are reading it. And the work I put into my art is not fulfilling enough that I just want to do my art. I just sometimes need to do something else. I can't just work on one project the whole time. I need different kind of projects. So it's fun to do webtoons, do my webtoon or do my manga, but it's also fun to do YouTube. And at the beginning I was afraid because, as I said, I was thinking, yeah, if I spend too much time on YouTube, I'm not the kind of artist I should become. I can't take myself serious as an artist if I put a lot of more work on YouTube, you know? But then I realized this whole like idea and concept of myself of being an artist doesn't fucking matter to me. It doesn't matter. I just want to be a happy person. I don't care if I'm a legendary artist. I don't give a fuck. I just want to be fucking happy. And I was getting through a really hard phase recently where I realized it fucking sucks when you produce a webtoon and nobody fucking reads it. There's 10 people reading it. Then you change your whole mind about yourself. Do you really want to be an artist? Because it becomes meaningless to you. Because there is no audience you have. You know, and I can now upload on Manga Plus creators. But still I don't have a lot of audience. And like this whole like drawing a manga, it sounds fun at the beginning, but I can tell you, I still want to draw my manga. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna stop on my manga. I work on my manga every day, but I'm working on it every day just half an hour, and I still get stuff done because I'm just more minimalistic, and I just want to be a happy manga artist, and I'm not gonna put so much energy into my art anymore because I just don't give a fuck so much about that. Because like at the beginning it's much easier to think about your art and think about your story and think about the whole world building. And that whole shit is hella fun to build a world building, build a power system. That stuff can be fun. But it's not as fulfilling as you may think. It's not as fulfilling. Even if you may think, well, if you put so much energy and work into it, and you have a lot of creative roller coasters, this has to be fulfilling, right? Because there's so much going on. There's so much you have to give a fuck about. No. For me, it's not as fulfilling and satisfying as you may think. I just need YouTube on the side. For me, YouTube is much more fun Because when I have the end product, I don't give a fuck about the end product anymore. I have moments where I give a fuck, but a lot of times I just look at the end product and I just don't give a fuck. You know, the process in itself is cool, but the end product is there, and then I don't give a fuck, and then I feel empty because I don't give a fuck about the end product. And then I'm like, why? What am I doing here? And this is the thing, when I'm doing YouTube, I can upload stuff much more often, and there's much more interaction going on with the community. And I don't know, YouTube is more fulfilling to me. And I don't care if you may think like I'm a stupid ass YouTuber, because I think you can do a legacy on YouTube. I truly think that. And I think I'm able to do that. I think I can control YouTube because I want to rule over YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, I take this entertainer stuff more serious. And it was the first time where I was actually putting notes into my phone what kind of videos I want to do. Different kind of videos than the videos I'm doing right now. I'm still gonna continue those talking videos because they're hella fun, you know? And it's easy to put down. You have produced content pretty easily. And I'm just a pumping content machine, you know? But I don't know, I was putting those notes, video ideas down, and I was like, I think I can stick to a video like this, actually. I think I would care about a video, and I think a video like this would be fucking cool. And I'm serious about it. And that was different than usually, because usually I planned a lot of stuff for YouTube, and then I was like, I don't want to do that shit anymore. I just want to spend time into my manga. I don't want to invest time into YouTube. And now it's different. And also I have a different approach to YouTube, because at the beginning when I was doing YouTube, I was like getting more serious and serious about it. And I was like, I can't produce like low effort content. I can't just put a short out there where I just draw with a pencil and it's like the camera is bad or something. People don't give a fuck about this. Or like, it's not about people, it's like, this doesn't look aesthetic. Because nobody's doing that. Everybody is trying to look aesthetic on their channel. And I'm being quite honest with you, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm gonna produce high effort stuff and low effort stuff at the same time. And I think this is the best thing you can do. Because it doesn't fucking never matter if like you sketch something quickly down. Because I'm being quite honest with you, people still gonna like it. People gonna give a fuck about a little sketch. Because a little sketch from me is much more than most people can do. So like a lot of people will give a fuck about it. And like this whole like advice that artists are telling you, like you have to make your social media aesthetically pleasing, and you only can post artistic stuff that is like that looks good. You have to have a good light. If you don't do this, you will lose followers. Dude, that stuff doesn't fucking matter. Because then you just focus on gaining a lot of followers. And you don't give a fuck about having a good community. When you just post what your heart tells you, maybe you will lose certain followers, but that doesn't matter, because the people who will stick with you are people that give a fuck about your content, you know? They give a fuck about you. What happens then? I don't think actually you will lose as many followers as you may think. Because if you build an audience of people that are just following you for your content, but they don't give a fuck about you, then they will easily be gone. And it's a bunch of like followers that don't give a fuck about you, and that feels empty. You may have a big follower count, but nobody gives a fuck about you. But when you are able to do something that is meaningful, people will stick with you, and you may not grow as fast, but you will interact much more with your community, and you will get a lot of meaningful comments. And that is what I want. And that is much more stable. This this is a community that will not gone so fast. Look at Charlie, Moist Critical. Like, we have so many big influencers that have like 3 million subs, but nobody gives a fuck about them. And if they didn't produce the content they would produce, their followers just would unsubscribe and not watch their content anymore. While people like Charlie, even if he wouldn't post a video for like a month, if he would then come back and post a video, people still would watch it, and there would be enough people wouldn't forget. People don't forget about him. It's not about viewers. It's not about views and subscriptions. It's about building a community, because a view, a subscription is a task you do that you get your channel recommended, But a community about people memorizing you will not, when you create an impact and meaning in people's lives, they will not forget about you. They're humans, because you inflicted something in their heart. That is much more meaningful than a big follower count and like having a bunch of views, but those people forget about this video in 1 second. It's gone in their brain for 1 second, and it's gone. They will not, but people will not forget people like Charlie. Charlie is somebody you just know. PewDiePie is just somebody you will remember your whole life. So those people will come back to the channel in a totally another behavior that goes beyond the algorithm, And I just realized that it's fun to entertain people. In the beginning, I didn't want to do that because I feel like I'm sacrificing my soul for an audience. I'm becoming a clown for everybody else, but I'm just sacrificing my soul. And it's not about myself, it's about entertaining everybody else, entertaining the circus. But now I realize I like to entertain people, and it's kind of fun, and I don't know if I stick with that. But it feels like YouTube could become a more serious thing to me. And I'm taking YouTube more serious than I want. And I'm okay with being a YouTuber now. Actually, that feels much less stressful than being an artist. Because I don't care about this whole like legendary thing I create. I want to talk with people. What I want to do with why I produce Stonebreaker is not that I want to draw a manga and show it to people and then like people have fun with it. I want to draw this manga that I can talk about it and interact about it with people. It's the whole interaction I have with my readers that is interesting, and it's not creating the manga itself. When you're done with a manga, there are no feelings. At least I don't feel anything. I created it, and then it's like, yeah, and what now? I don't care, I'm empty. But like creating a manga, and then the whole like process behind the manga, the whole like thought processes, the whole like analysis and like interacting. Like, imagine if my manga is getting big one day, and I swear I want that. I really, really want that. I just really, really want that. And then people gonna be amazed about it. And I see it inflicts something in people's hearts. That feels amazing. This is what I want. I want to see what it does with people. How does it impact people on a deeper level? It's not about me being an artist and presenting amazing art. I want to see what it does with people. How does it stick with people? How does it influence people's lives? What kind of thoughts and feelings are created from people when they read my manga? What does it do with them? What is the reaction coming out? This is what I want. And then like having whole like thought processes, I want to create my manga and then make big analytical videos about my manga, because analytical videos are cool. Because then you realize what it does with you as a reader when you read that. What does it mean? What is the meaning behind it? And that's the thing. A lot of time when I'm writing my manga, I have a lot of thoughts and I produce it, but I don't understand the meaning in itself. But when I have a YouTube channel where I can dive deep with you guys one day into my manga, and what does it say about the current zeitgeist and stuff, then I'm able to produce meaningful, then the emptiness is gone, you know? And it's fascinating because an artist usually does it. An artist usually just draws his manga. It's critiques who analyze it. And you may wonder now, sorry, I had to go to the toilet for a second. People have to do this. People have to go to the toilet sometimes, if you don't know this. You may wonder, okay, I don't see a lot of content about your manga at the moment on this channel. I'm planning to do more deep dives into my manga when my manga is bigger, because I don't have the energy to do that right now, because that will naturally come when more people, when I know there are a lot of, when there is a community of people, a fandom of people reading my manga and people who are really interested into my manga, then I naturally want to talk about this and have deep dives. And I need more people actually knowing my manga, because otherwise it just doesn't feel meaningful for me right at the moment. And I think this is gonna happen in the future. I still sometimes want to talk about my manga, and I make like those yapping videos about my manga. And I think those videos are good because with those videos I can make people interested into my manga. Sorry, I paused the video for a second. You may not notice, but I wrote down another note. But something I really want to do is, I forgot what I wanted to say. I'm gonna do those yapping videos about my manga at the moment, because those videos are fun, because then I make people curious about my manga, you know? And if the time comes, and I don't know how many years that takes me, maybe 3 years. I'm aiming for 3 years. That's a good number, but maybe it takes me 10 years. I don't know, but we don't know. When people talk more about my manga online, hopefully. Yeah, I have big plans. You may think I'm crazy, but I don't care. I'm gonna do those deep dives on my channel, and it will be awesome. And I can't wait for that, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited. And, maybe I'm gonna do another video today. But, I think I said enough in this video. I'm really motivated about YouTube right now, and growing a channel, having a community. That's really cool. Sometimes I don't really know what to do with this channel, but then I'm realizing, like, I really want to do YouTube. It's really fun, and it makes me have a reason, you know? So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Maybe I'm gonna do another video today. I have a lot of motivation right now. So, but I think I said everything in this video. So, Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video. Goodbye.